Economy is booming and everyone wants a slice of the cake. But does that necessarily mean every investor investing in Dubai real estate would make money? Does that mean every location, every type of unit, be it a studio, one bed, two bed, be it anything, it'll make money? Does that what it is? Is that what it means? Unfortunately, no. Okay. So let's dive into today's video and understand what I'm talking about. Right? What's happening? Let's understand some of the shifting trends in Dubai real estate. Yes, studios and one bedrooms have been performing phenomenally well over the past few years. Investors who invested in studios, one beds, smaller units with smaller ticket size investments, mainly because it was easy to enter. It was a smaller, like 500 600,000 dirhams, or within 1 million. These investors made a lot of money, appreciation, rental income. But unfortunately, we see some trends, some new trends that are emerging. We'll go through some numbers and we'll understand what's happening in the market. At the end of the video, you will understand what I'm talking about. So stick with me for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and let's understand. Before understanding the numbers, let me give you a bit of a background. We need to understand that Dubai real estate has been the talk of the town. Everyone around the world, investors around the world, know about Dubai real estate. Everyone is moving in from all the countries. People are trying to invest into the market, invest into properties. So with this much of demand that is being generated over the past few years, lot of developers, lot of businesses set up construction, set up real estate development companies, and come up with new launches. Lot of unheard names in the market. We can see so many new developers, and also established developers like MRs, Damax. They also keep launching. In the meantime, new developers also launch a lot of projects, right? So we need to understand that there are apartments, 1 2 3 bedroom apartments investments, and on the other hand you have townhouses and villas, right? Now, who builds apartments predominantly, and a mix of villas and apartments, and or villas predominantly? Well, for you to build a townhouse community or a villa community, you should have a very strong financial backing, which is only possible by larger developers, right? So when a small developer enter into the market, most likely most of these smaller developers, they just keep building apartments because it's economically feasible for them. Financially, you don't need to have that much of a commitment. It's just you have to buy one piece of plot and then build the apartment. And it's more profitable, right? On the other hand, the second part of it is, even in an apartment complex, it's more profitable to build the most number of studios and one bedrooms, but because that will, from a developer's point of view, that will give you the most amount of income. That is from the developer's point of view. From the investor's point of view, or from the end user's point of view, what we need to understand is, just because so many studios and one bedrooms are being coming up in the market, we should not invest in those. I mean, we should not just invest, we should understand where the market is going. Basically, for an investor, for you to make the most amount of money, you need to understand the future, predict the future, and invest into the future. That is where you make the most amount of money, right? Now, if you understand the demographic of people moving into Dubai, earlier it used to be single individuals moving in. So many studios and one bedrooms were in high demand because individuals wanted to live in studios and one bedrooms, right? But now it's changing. So many families are moving in. Population growth has been constantly between 3.5 to 4% over the past few years, and it's growing rapidly, right? More than 51,000 businesses have been registered in Dubai since the beginning of 2021 until the end of third quarter, right? So what does that mean? Business registration means, like, business owners, like, discount 50% out of it. Let's suppose 25,000 proper businesses being registered. Most likely they'll bring their families, they'll come with families. Business owners will come in with families, right? GDP has been growing with some phenomenal numbers, over 3 plus% of a constant GDP growth. As part of the D33 agenda, the government is planning to double the economy, right? and they are introducing long-term residency programs, long-term golden visa programs. All these, in addition, Dubai is one of the among the top 5 best cities in the world to live in, and it's aiming to be the top best city to live in the world, right? So all these factors, all these initiatives are attracting families to move into Dubai. A lot of people, high net worth individuals, and a lot of wealthy people, wealthy migrants, or top people from the top management are moving in. There's so much of a skilled migration into Dubai with families, not just individuals. So there is so much of a demand for townhouses and large apartments for families to live in. This is the future trend. That does not mean one bedrooms will be obsolete, one bedrooms or studios will not be no longer be available. We'll be talking about it in a moment, but we need to understand the trend. Right. So before explaining further, let me just walk you through some numbers let me just show you the screen directly. Let me share the screen with you, and let me walk you through some numbers, and after that we'll discuss based on that. Okay. After I show the numbers, the following part will start making sense, and by the end of the video, everything I said will make sense to you. Okay. Now let's understand this location, this central part of Dubai: JVC, JVT, Arjan, Sports City, Production City, Discovery Gardens. This area, this is basically the affordable living area of currently the affordable and upcoming area of Dubai, right? These are not as expensive as prime locations, although it's getting there eventually. Some of like certain locations are getting there, but these are considered affordable living. And over the past 2, 3, 4 years, most investors who invested in studios and one bedrooms invested in these locations only. JVC has so many one bedroom options still. JVC still has so many one beds and studio options. Just same like JVT, all these locations. So I just put in some numbers. I just pulled out some numbers from Property Monitor around this location: JVC, JVT, Furjan, Arjan, this like around this stretch, around this location. I have taken some numbers for you to understand what is the existing supply of studio 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, right? So these are some screenshots that I've taken from the Property Monitor report. First of all, let me walk you through the percentages. This is JVC. If you can understand the breakdown, more than 50% one beds, 26% studios, and only 16% two beds, 2.8% three beds, right? This is the breakdown, and I'll just quickly walk you through all the screenshots. Just every community that I just told you about, it's following a similar trend. So just look at JVT. You can understand the orange is one beds, dark blue is studios, and green is two beds. Again, orange one beds, dark blue studios, green two beds. Look at the trends. Just go through the trends. I think it's getting clear. Most number of units available in all these communities are one beds, and then studios, and then two beds. So this is the trend that basically you can understand. So I've put a summary here for us to understand the whole picture of all the communities that I just explained. Out of all units, 61,441 studios, 98,000 are one beds, 36,000 are two beds, and 5,000 are three beds. Percentage wise, 30% studios, 48.9% one beds. So both studios and one beds make up to almost 80% of the unit supply in these affordable living locations. Okay. I mean, this trend is more or less similar in other locations also, but I just took these locations because most investors who invest in studios and one beds invest in these locations only, right? So two beds only 17%, three beds only 2.9%. What does this mean, right? A moment ago I spoke about the kind of people moving into Dubai in the future, in the next 5-10 years, with all these initiatives, golden visa and all. Families will be moving in. Do you think families will want to live in one beds or studios, and do you think families will want bigger apartments, 2-3 bedrooms, and maybe even townhouses? I personally believe, looking at these trends, and it's not just my belief, but it's so many experts predict that, so many experts talk about it, right? There are reports about it. So based on those, I think the future trend would be for two beds, three beds. Best case would be townhouses, right? Okay, so this is a bit of an insight of what I wanted to talk, and I just need to add a bit more here, because I should convey the right message. I should not convey the wrong message to you. it doesn't mean that studios and one bedrooms will run out of demand. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I mean. Of course, projects like Dubai Hills Estate, or even in these locations, projects like Belgravia by Ellington, or of Oxford Gardens by Iman, or phenomenally good, exceptionally well performing projects, or projects by good developers like there, or any exceptional projects. Of course, there is always going to be demand for one beds, two beds, studios, because the service is good, right? Everything is good. So, but it's that's not the case with all the developers, unfortunately, right? So what you should be thinking is, in an oversupply situation, I mean, it's of course the market is growing, there's a gradual increase in demand, the market is growing, but also experts predict, reports predict that there would be a bit of a market correction over the next 2 to 3 years, which is not a significant, it's not a market crash, but that's a correction is possible, right? From an investor's point of view, you need to take that into consideration, because it is your hard-earned money that you are investing, right? Let's suppose there is a market correction. Let's suppose there is a bit of an oversupply situation with all these launches going on, which is not going to be long term, it's going to be a short term thing. But still, during an oversupply situation, which type of unit would get the most amount of hit? Is it going to be a studio, one bed, or two bed? Think about it in light of the facts that which I just explained a moment ago regarding the population, families moving in, right? And in light of the numbers that I just explained, two beds and three beds are very limited, right? I think studios and one beds would get the most amount of it. I think studios and one beds would be in excess supply, if at all there is an oversupply, right? I think two beds, best case would be three beds, would always retain demand, because families always, of course, even if there's an oversupply, families will want to live. And as you see, the numbers show that there most likely would not be an oversupply in two beds and three beds, right? So what am I trying to get at? Okay, this is not, I'm not trying to impose my opinion on you. I'm just, I'm a consultant, so I just did my analysis. I just did some analysis. I came across some reports, and I thought of making a video, thought of summarizing my numbers, summarizing what I found out, and sharing it with you. Just so if you are an investor, this video would be helpful for you to make an much more educated investment decision, rather than just jumping into the market, just investing in a studio or one bedroom just because it's small ticket size, just because it has a very flexible payment plan. Just making an investment just because of those, beyond just because of those factors. You need to look at the bigger picture. You need to understand the trends. You need to understand the future, where the market is going. That is where you'll be able to, as I said, make the most amount of money. Okay, so these are just some of my thoughts. I would really love to listen to your thoughts, hear your thoughts. If there's anything, if you have any objections, or if you have any questions, if you have anything to add to this, if you feel I missed out anything, please, I would really love to see them on the comment section. And do me a favor before we wind off. If you like this video, if you think this video was informative, this video was educational, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will be coming up with more and more informative videos, detailed analysis of projects in the future. Right. So that's about the video, and signing off until we meet next time.